Hello, carnivores and carnivore curious. It is Sunday afternoon, and welcome to my Apex Odyssey. My name is Cassandra, and I got to buy groceries today, and it was a super disappointing trip. Normally, I would buy groceries on Saturdays, but yesterday, the whole state of Mississippi was under a severe weather watch, and there were lots of tornadoes. The weather came really close by, but we did not end up getting anything really bad where I was. So I should have just went and bought groceries yesterday. But you don't know. You don't know when a tornado is going to spin up right in front of you. But we had, it was dark and gloomy all day. We had some thunderstorms and there was high winds, but not like dangerously high winds. It was just windy yesterday. But all around us, there were a lot of tornadoes, so we really got lucky in that regard. But, I was just joking with my mom that it didn't even rain here hard enough to get all of the pollen off my car. So I went outside this morning, and it's all covered with pollen, or it's covered with pollen again. I guess whenever it stopped raining last night, and the wind picked up again, the pollen went wild again, and it was all over my car when I went out there this morning. And there's really not even any point in washing it until it gets over with. So what was disappointing is, and we always kind of joke that whenever there's a severe weather threat in the South, people go to the grocery stores and buy up, they get their emergency rations. And I don't normally do that because I've usually got 3 days worth of food anyway, and that's what they tell you to have. But I should have yesterday, because I went to Winn-Dixie this morning and there was no food there. There was no meat. There probably was. They were restocking chicken, it looked like, but I went back and there was no beef. How grocery stores have that wrapped around refrigerated troughs sort of near the perimeter of the back of the building where the butchers are in the back. Well, the place where there was pork and the place where there was beef, it was just empty. There was nothing there. So I assume, and this has actually happened once before, maybe a year ago, that I assume their power went off sometime during the storm, so they had to throw everything away, which is a shame. But I got there at, I got up early, and I got there at 8 o'clock, and I got all my crap, walked all the way back to the back of the store, and that was nothing. So, I just left. I was like, I can't do this right now. So I ended up having to go to Walmart, which, they're dependable. They're there. They have food. They have meat, but they didn't have the stuff that I wanted. And I had such big plans. I'm actually working with the budget right now because, as you may remember, I have a lot of medical bills to pay off. So I've actually worked up a budget. I've been recording what I spend for a while, but now I'm actually setting limits. With all of these medical bills, it's time. I've got to pay them off. It's approaching probably $8,000 that I got to pay off, and I want to try to get them paid off as quickly as I can. But it's just going to take a while, and as long as it's taking a while, I budgeted, all of the stuff, everything that I'm going to do. I'm kind of doing no spend except for some specific things like food and just very specific toiletries, nothing fancy. I can have soap and shampoo and a couple of other items I can't even remember. But I'm not even buying lotion because I can make some. I've got tallow. I can make some whipped tallow. But I'm not spending. I'm only spending $100 a week on groceries. So I had this idea that I could combine it. You know, I get paid every 2 weeks. So why not every 2 weeks buy 2 weeks worth of groceries, and that'll save me one shopping trip, which will also save me a little gas. I mean, not much. My car is good on gas, and I don't go far. It's probably 5 or 10 miles, but you know, pennies add up. So my intention was this. At Winn-Dixie, they have these 3-pound chubs of ground beef that are about $11. So I was going to get 5 of those, which is 15 pounds, and then 5 packs of cheap steaks with 3 in it each. And I could, I should have been able to pick that up for $200, and that should have lasted me for 2 weeks. You know, that's a pound of ground beef a day and 1 steak a day. And that's, honestly, that should be plenty. But I got there and there was no food, so I had to go to Walmart and buy some crap because they don't have those configurations of items. And their ground beef is not, I mean, even their 10-pound chubs of 27 ground beef are $3.99 a pound. So you can't even get ground beef for cheap anymore. I did not buy eggs. I did not buy butter because I'm not going to be eating that. I did budget for me to get some yerba mate because I'm still doing this experiment. Dr. Ben Bickman, this is on you. This better be good. And it doesn't taste delicious, so it's not like I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it like medicine. This is what I ended up getting from Walmart, and it was a huge letdown. I got a pack of stew meat. It was $13.18, and it was actually reduced. It was around $8 a pound. So I got however much that works out to be. 2 large ribeyes. They were the cheap kind. That pack was $22.52. I had got a chuck roast, which I have not been eating roast lately because it's just, I mean, I don't love it. I can eat it, it's fine, but I mean, you know, it's just kind of meh. But I will be eating one this week because Winn-Dixie didn't have no food. And then I got 2 5-pound chubs of ground beef, and they were $22.44 a piece. So that's $4 and something a pound. That's not, you know, it's gone up a lot just recently. Oh, let me see what it was. Oh, I remember. So that was all of my groceries that I bought this week, and I actually have a 5-pound chub in the freezer still from my last grocery shop. So I've got enough ground beef that I'm going to try to make it last for 2 weeks. Now I'm actually taking off of work on Wednesday, so I'm going to try, I've got a couple of doctor's appointments. I'm going to try to hit Winn-Dixie again Wednesday morning and see if I can get the rest of the food that I wanted. Because on my groceries today, with tax, it was $105.82. So for the next 2 weeks, I still have $94 and change that I can spend. So I'm going to try to go to Winn-Dixie and spend that there responsibly on some steaks. And that is my plan. I had a little bit of ground beef earlier in the day today. I'm trying to intermittent fast closer together. I've got a hiatal hernia I found whenever they were doing imaging while I was at the hospital. So I don't need to be eating like 1 large meal a day. I don't think that's a good move for me. But I can eat 2 medium-sized meals a day, but I'm trying to make them closer together, you know, as close together as my stomach can tolerate it, to take advantage of some a longer fasting window. So I'm going to try that, see if that helps anything at all. And eating only beef except for this tea. And y'all, I think last week I bought a pack of sausage, and it was a very low carb sausage. I mean, like 1 or 2 grams of carbs per serving. But you know, sugar is one of the ingredients. It's got it's one of those that has 2% or less of the following ingredients, and one of them is sugar. But I gotta check what it did to my blood sugar, because I don't think it was good. So be on the lookout for that, the results of my blood sugar. I mean, I didn't like do it before talking about it, but I've got it. I'm recorded the food in my Stello app, and I'm gonna go back and see what my blood sugar did, because I think it did kind of bad. So yeah, check for that. I got, it's Sunday afternoon. Maybe I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Got to get mentally ready for that. But hope y'all have a good weekend and a good week coming up. And I'll see you in the next one.